Hello, Hornet community. Welcome to episode 4 of Hornetcast. I'm Dr. Don, your host. So excited to be here and to welcome the new year 2025. I have two exciting guests on my podcast today. We have our athletic director, Guillermo Saenz, and we also have our soccer coach, Manuel Niño, which he's a famous guy in the community. So I brought them on the podcast to give me a little validity. So I appreciate them coming. As we talk about New Year's resolutions, there's been something that we've been working on here at CAG over the past year. And those are our expectations of the way that we behave and interact with each other, the students, the parents, the teachers, everybody. And those are called the 4Bs. You might have heard the phrase PBIS, which stands for Positive Behavior Interventions and Support. And what the research shows with PBIS is that we can actually impact behavior more if we have specific interventions and we teach specific expectations of behavior, and then we follow up and reinforce those expectations. So today, for our New Year's resolution, we want to talk about kindness. The world we live in has plenty of the other stuff: hate, general attitude of polarization, people arguing, people upset with each other. What we need in the world is more kindness. And we at CAG would like to set the standard for kindness in the Guatemalan community, but also in the world community, because we are a world-renowned school and we have influence outside of Guatemala. And so today we're going to focus on kindness, and we're going to talk about how we as a community can be kinder and how we can have that reputation amongst our other schools that are in our leagues as the school that really treats people right. So I'm going to have the coaches help me out a little bit with this. But first of all, I'm going to show you what we teach with the 4Bs with our kids at school, the general 4Bs you can see in front of you. I'm just going to go over be kind. I greet people with kindness. I am helpful and considerate. I treat others as I would like to be treated. So this is what we teach our kids. This is just the general bare minimum expectation. And then we break down kindness for each area in the school. And we teach the kids what that means in the playground, what that means in the classroom, what that means in the hallway. We also have kindness for parents. So this is a PBIS poster, which no one has seen other than some staff here at CAG. So this is a reveal. We're going to have some breakfast later on this month with our parent reps at the different grade levels, a director's breakfast, where I'll be inviting the parent reps to come in, and I'll be introducing the PBIS parent poster to them. And then they will be circulating the expectations in the chat groups. And so I want to go over what our expectations are for parents at CAG when it comes to kindness. First of all, I live the golden rule as a parent. I use polite language. I show empathy for others. I show appreciation for staff, and I welcome new families. So that's our expectation of our parents when they enroll their kids at the school, is we want them to be kind. In addition to that, you might have heard of the WhatsApp groups that you belong to every once in a while having some big, huge explosion of a volcano on whatever topic is the latest topic. And maybe some very negative things are said at times. So we also have developed some parent chat expectations. And I'm just going to go over the kindness part of that, but you can see on your screen all 4 of them: be safe, be kind, and be respectful, and be responsible. But be kind, on the parent chats, being kind means that we celebrate our school. We're part of it, proud of it. It means that we're polite, we show empathy, we inform with kind words, we avoid criticism or negativity, and we support and encourage positive dialogue. So those are our expectations for parents and students and staff when it comes to kindness. And it's important to talk about that and be very explicit about that. We are going to talk about sporting events also, because we want to be kind at sporting events too, and we want to be respectful and we want to be safe. We do not actually, at this time in the history of CAG, have the greatest reputation for being the community that is the kindest and the most respectful at sporting events. And our goal is to change that reputation. We want to set the standard for kindness. And so we're going to be working on that. I want to make a general note before I turn the time over to the coaches where we can have a little discussion about our vision of what we want athletics to look like at Colegio Americano in the future and the way our athletes are going to be treating the other athletes that they compete with. But first of all, I want to talk a little bit about consequences and reinforcing these expectations and what we do at school on a daily basis and what we'll be doing in our teams and at practice. First of all, I want to let you know that PBIS is a system that is not without consequences. Consequences are a natural part of life. And believe me, there are consequences whenever somebody doesn't follow these expectations. One of the things that has been promoted in some of the chats, the parent chats over the past couple of months possibly, is that the school doesn't have any consequences when kids misbehave, and that's why kids misbehave. That's an erroneous sharing of information that is not correct. It's false. The school actually works with every kid that is struggling with their behavior and supports them with interventions and consequences that will help them change their behavior. And that starts with us reteaching the expectations and helping them understand how their behavior is affecting those around them. And then it includes counseling from our SED specialists and support and interventions where we monitor them and we see how they're doing because we want to see that behavior change. So part of our responsibility as a community is we all have the same goal. We love our kids. We want our kids to be successful on the athletic field, in the classroom, at school, outside of school, on the weekends, in the evenings, at summer camps. We want them to be successful and have the opportunities to be happy in life and to be good, kind people. And so what we need from the parents is we need your support. You need to trust us as a school that we're going to do everything in our power, just like you would as a parent, to help your kids be successful. We love them. We want to help them. We want to support them, and we are supporting them. We spend a lot of time. So please, the narrative on the parent chats, the kind narrative should be the school is actually working very hard along with the parents and families to help support each student. So now let's talk about sports. Sporting events, we want to be kind. We want to welcome our guests to campus. We want to be helpful and considerate. We want to treat others the way that we want to be treated. And we want to cheer for all the kids. We have to remember that when we go to a sporting event, other families are bringing their kids to compete against our kids. And so they're kids. We need to cheer for them. We need to support them. We would never belittle a child. We would never want another parent to belittle our child from another school. And so we want to make sure that we're kind and that we cheer for all the kids. So I'm going to turn the time over to Profe and to our athletic director to talk a little bit about the work that the coaches have done in this area. And I just want to say that our goal is still to win. We still want to be competitive. That's our goal. But we want to do it with fair play, with sportsmanship, and with kindness. That's our goal. And nothing less than that is acceptable for CAG because we want to set the standard. So, gentlemen.
Así es, muchas gracias, Don, por la invitación. Yo creo que parte de todo este programa de PBIS es enseñar y reforzar conductas positivas a los estudiantes, no solo dentro de la cancha.
Correcto.
Sino en la interacción con árbitros, interacción con padres de familia, interacción con sus mismos compañeros. Entonces, parte de lo que hemos trabajado con los entrenadores estos últimos meses es cómo podemos intervenir cuando suceden cosas que no son tan positivas y felicitar a los estudiantes cuando hacen esas acciones positivas. Celebrar cuando se gana. No siempre se va a ganar. Como tú les dices, nuestro objetivo es ganar, competir, pero hay que aprender también a perder. Entonces tenemos...
Eso pasa a veces.
Es parte del deporte,
sí,
¿verdad?
Sí.
Y parte de este proceso es entender, ¿verdad? Que es un proceso, el deporte es un proceso. Van a haber niños con menores habilidades, niños con más habilidades, y esos niños que con más habilidades tienen que ser un ejemplo para los que están comenzando. Entonces parte de lo que hemos platicado con los entrenadores, todos estos estudiantes que ya llevan un proceso tienen que ser un modelo a seguir para todos los niños que están en iniciación. Lo mismo aplica para nuestros estudiantes que son los capitanes de equipo, tienen que ser un modelo a seguir, ¿verdad, Niño?
Así es, nosotros tenemos ya un buen tiempo tratando de fortalecer esa parte con los equipos grandes que son las figuras así como en el fútbol, en el básquetbol, en el voleibol, hay figuras internacionales. Aquí tenemos jugadores que son muy buenos deportistas, y los niños que los ven de grado 3 grado 4 dicen, bueno, cuando llegue a grado 11 grado 12 los ven realmente como deportistas de alto nivel y como un ejemplo a seguir, ¿verdad? Tener ese uniforme Corinto, que es el uniforme, el segundo uniforme que ya solo lo tienen los jugadores que van a eventos internacionales, que se ha tenido ese proceso de inculcarles a ellos el ser buenos jugadores, el dar la mano, y creo que es parte de este nuevo programa que ya lleva algunos años, y creo que es bien gratificante ver jugadores que llegan a grado 12 y que tienen ese perfil ya de poder ser buenas personas, ¿verdad? No solo dentro de la cancha, sino afuera. Y vamos en ese proceso porque el deporte nos da esa amplitud para poder tener jugadores que tienen un temperamento fuerte y que hay que irlos moldeando y moldeando para que en unos años puedan ser buenos jugadores.
Sí, Niño
Buenas personas.
mencionaba un tema muy importante, estudiantes, atletas íntegros,
Ajá.
¿verdad? Y hoy estamos hablando pues de un valor muy importante que es la bondad. En el deporte es muy bonito este tema porque al crear esa cultura y ese ambiente de bondad, de amabilidad dentro del equipo, la cultura va creciendo, ¿verdad? O sea, el ambiente del equipo se mantiene unida, saben competir, saben llevarse como equipo y es lo que queremos.
Yo recuerdo el torneo de ASCA de natación el año pasado y fue así, con los chicos de todos los equipos muy unidos, muy amables. Al fin de la ceremonia, los seniors quisieron una foto todos juntos. Eso es lo que queremos.
No, y junto, es parte de lo que estamos también proyectando con la organización ASCA, ¿verdad? Esto que mencionas de las fotos se ha implementado en los últimos viajes internacionales, esa unión de los seniors que próximamente van a estudiar juntos en universidades
Ajá,
en
son
el exterior
amigos.
y son amigos,
Deben ser amigos.
¿verdad? Y generar ese espíritu deportivo es valioso, ¿verdad? Sabemos que el deporte crea valores únicos, trabajo en equipo, disciplina, responsabilidad, bondad,
Puntualidad,
¿verdad?
puntualidad.
Entonces, creemos que somos pieza clave dentro del desarrollo integral de los estudiantes.
Well, I just want to say that our kids are in good hands with these two gentlemen. They're doing a great job, and we have the best coaches. Our coaches are awesome. They love our kids. They want our kids to improve and get better, and so we're really excited. Go Hornets! We're going to do some awesome stuff. But I want to end the Hornetcast talking a little bit about cougar tails and fry bread tacos. I'm going to tell you a story of the impact that we can have as a community and how we can be seen by others. So, back in the day, a long time ago, when I was a young man, I coached American football. And our high school competed in a very rural league. And oftentimes the teams had to travel 3 to 4 hours to get to the game. The games were on Friday nights. And so in our community, the other teams that came and visited and played us loved to come to our community to play us because they knew as soon as the game was over, they were going to get fry bread tacos. Our community would get together and we would feed them. Our kids would be with their kids. They would have dinner together. They would play some games. We had video games set up and they would have a good time before they got on their bus to take the long trip home. And so they loved coming because our community welcomed them with some good food and took care of them. Later on in life, actually just a couple of months ago, I had the opportunity during Thanksgiving break to go to a football game with my family. I'm a big BYU fan, Brigham Young University. That's where I send my kids to university. And we went to the BYU versus Houston football game. And in the football game, the stadium was packed. The crowd was all around, and they were all blue and white because that was our colors, except for one small section was red, Houston's colors. And that section was made up of the fans from Houston, and they traveled all the way to Provo, Utah to watch their team play. And what they received during the football game is they received a free cougar tail. A cougar tail is a donut that's this long, that's made with a maple donut. It's very long because BYU, they're the Cougars. And so every fan gets a cougar tail. And then all the fans around them would ask them, how are you guys? Are you having a good experience? Do you need to know anything about Provo and what you can go see while you're here? And the fans were saying, wow, we've never experienced this before. Usually when we go to away games, it's a hostile crowd. They're mean. They yell hateful things at us. They don't give us donuts, and they don't ask us how we're doing. They're so nice. So my plea to our community is that we can be kind. We might not have cougar tails. We might not have fry bread tacos. But I think that we can put something together as a community to where we really welcome the outside teams that come and visit us, to where when they leave, they say, wow, that was a nice experience. Those CAG people, they're the nicest people. So we'll just finish by saying, go Hornets. We can do this. The count of three, let's say, go Hornets. 1, 2, 3. Go Hornets!